So while at one level there was Pakistan flags being raised in downtown Kashmir, pro-Pakistan slogans were being chanted, the police at their end, what did they do? They fired in the air and they fired tear gas shells. What did the political dispension do? The PDP, BJP combine as well. Were any arrests made at all? We're going to go right into that. We're going to also try and get BJP and PDP spokespersons, but I'm joined right now by filmmaker and a Kashmiri. Ashok Pandit joins me, as well as our strategic affairs editor, Gaurav Sawant. Ashok, I want to come to you first. With all that we just witnessed today, what is it that the political dispension has done and what it should do? Not a single arrest was made.
You see, Preeti, it's very important to understand two basic things. One is that this atmosphere in Kashmir of Pakistani flags being hoisted, anti-India slogans being shouted and screamed about, it's happening since 1990. So there's nothing new in this. What I'm trying to make a point is very important is that the coalition government between BJP and PDP, the BJP has to understand that PDP headed by Mufti Muhammad Sayyid is part and parcel of the element of militancy in Kashmir. Whatever is happening in Kashmir now is with the support of Mufti Muhammad Sayyid and his daughter. It's not only Hurriyat Conference. Let us not speak lies to our own self. So BJP has to take a stance by not speaking lies to their own self.
Right.
That PDP is a totally nationalist party and they have nothing to do with this.
Right.
So whatever is happening in Kashmir, whatever Gilani is doing or whatever Maulvi Umar Farooq is doing,
right,
is with the support of the PDP.
But today also, but Ashok, today also with the support of the BJP, because BJP is a silent partner in all of this. We are also joined by Ijaz Ilmi, member BJP. He's the spokesperson for the party. And Ijaz, I want to bring you in. Why is it that not a single person was booked for sedition today? Why is it that not a single arrest was made when pro-Pakistan slogans were chanted in downtown Kashmir, when flags were raised of Pakistan?
Every time there's stone pelting or the Pakistani flag is waved or anti-India slogans are rendered in the valley for the last so many years, the Jammu Kashmir police always cracks down and FIRs are filed under 120, 341, 336, 147 and action is taken sooner than later in most cases. The maximum delay that happens is about 12 hours, but we've seen in the case of Asya Andrabi, when she spoke and sang the Pakistani national anthem, she was booked the next day.
But why is the BJP so silent with what happened? Why is the PDP so silent with what happened, Ijaz?
It is just on paper. It is just on paper.
Ashok Pandit, let me speak. Ashok Pandit, you can talk for yourself. Ashok Pandit, you can talk for yourself. Let me speak. We are very clear. We are for pro-democracy forces and people who are pro-India. All anti-India sentiments, we will obviously ask and expect the law to be followed, and we expect the government, PDP, BJP government, to follow strict action according to law.
It's not expected, Judge. It is your government.
There could be a delay.
But it is your government. You can't expect. You have to take that action.
It is our government which will act. It's an alliance. We have a PDP, a BJP alliance, and we expect the government to act very strongly for any anti-India sentiment expressed.
All right, let's bring in our strategic affairs editor, Gaurav Sawant. He's been following.
It is happening.
Hold on, 1 second, Ashok. We're going to come right back to you. I want to bring in Gaurav Sawant, our strategic affairs editor, into the debate as well. Gaurav, with what happened today is something that we have witnessed for years now. But was there any difference in how this dispension dealt with it and what has happened in the earlier times?
Well, the situation will once again slide back into that 2010 chaos if this slide is not arrested immediately. Both the BJP and the PDP, they may claim that strong action is being taken, but clearly strong action is not being taken. The BJP, when it's an opposition party, it sings a different tune. The moment BJP becomes a part of the ruling dispensation, it sings altogether a different tune, and especially in Jammu and Kashmir. The response so far has been extremely weak-kneed. This isn't the first time. There is a series that's been happening right from the time that Masarrat Alam came out of jail. Right. Pakistani flags were being waved once again. The intelligence agencies warned at that point of time, if action is not taken, within 2 months, stone pelting will start. And that is exactly what is happening. Masarrat Alam, under intense pressure from rest of the country was sent back to jail. But whether it is Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani or even somebody who's seen as a moderate, Mirwaiz Omar Farooq, he's seen as the moderate Hurriyat. But even in his rallies, now you have Pakistan flags being waved because now there is competitive Pakistan flag waving happening between the moderate faction and the hardline faction of the Hurriyat, both trying to outdo the other. And it's just Pakistani flags now, stone pelting, some of it which started in downtown Srinagar today after the Friday prayers at the Jamia Mosque. Now agencies are warning if the strongest possible action is not taken, which it is not so far, then this will only intensify and once again you'll slide back into the chaos of 2010.
All right, and there needs to be political will for that. Our producers are telling us that we're also joined at this juncture by Mr. Naeem Khan, leader PDP. He's joining us from Srinagar. Mr. Khan, the question I want to ask you is, with what happened today, where Pakistan flags were raised, pro-Pakistan slogans were chanted in downtown Srinagar. I also want to bring in Gaurav Sawant here because he has gone into the details of how this has transpired over years now. What is that the political dispensation is doing? Why is it that there is such a haphazard, weak-kneed approach by the current political dispensation? Not a single person was booked for sedition, not a single arrest was made, sir.
It's not Naeem Khan from PDP, it's Naeem Khan from Hurriyat Conference here, from Srinagar. So I want to correct you. I am representing the resistance on ground.
All right, Mr. Khan. The question I want to ask you now, sir, I'm sorry, we're going to try and correct that because this was what I was told by our producers. I'm going to try and correct that. I want to ask you, with the kind of flag waving that we have seen, why do you reckon, what are we looking at now? What is it?
It's not basically the moment of flags and other things, it's basically moment of right to self-determination. Here since 47, we are, Kashmir is an internationally recognized dispute. India and Pakistan have fought 3 wars. India and Pakistan have sat in Shimla, in Tashkent, in Lahore. So it's a moment for resolution, settlement of the long pending Kashmir dispute. So India and Pakistan, they are at loggerheads over Kashmir. So for South Asian peace, the resolution of Kashmir is
No, this is a bogey. This is an absolute bogey that Naeem Khan of the Hurriyat is raising. Absolute bogey. There is no dispute. The dispute is on Pakistan occupied Kashmir, not on the situation in only one small pocket of downtown Srinagar. Naeem Khan, this is what you're doing on the streets of Srinagar, and especially in the Jamia Mosque area, is competitive politics between the hardline Hurriyat and the moderate Hurriyat. How is it that Pakistani flags are coming up, Naeem Khan, at Mirwaiz's rally? Just because he's been put under house arrest? Naeem Khan?
Gaurav, I want to ask one question to Mr.
It's not bogey, it's not bogey. Kashmir, you know there are 18 United Nations resolutions. India and Pakistan, they had Lahore Declaration. You are ready sometimes to talk to Pakistan about Kashmir, but here on TV debates, you don't acknowledge Kashmir is a dispute.
Ashok Pandit wants to come in. Go ahead, Ashok.
Mr. Naeem Khan, I want to ask you one question. Who were those 80% of people who came out and voted in Kashmir under the Indian Constitution? If you are talking that Kashmir is a disputed area, why do people in Kashmir come out and vote? This proves that whatever Gaurav Sawant is saying is absolutely right. You are running your shops, you are making money at the cost of a common Kashmiri on the streets. And it's high time that you stop this running
Have now patience to listen to me. Have patience to listen to me.
There is no dispute.
Have patience to listen to me.
If the dispute is there, it is on the Pak-occupied Kashmir. We will see to it that Kashmir in Pak-occupied comes back to India.
All right, Mr. Khan.
Enough of your shops, enough of your shouting.
Ashok Pandit shouting, without shouting, you can talk reasonably. It's not the people, yes, sometimes they vote. They have voted since 47, but they are not there. Ashok Pandit, please hold on. Ashok Pandit, hold on, have patience. I heard you and now heard to me. It's basically sometimes Kashmiris have been voting, but they are not voting in favor of India. They are voting sometimes to choose this government or that government. This is an administrative setup. In Delhi, you have been voting,
What?
but you are
They are
not
voting
saying
as a-
that Delhi people have voted in favor of India.
Mr. Mir,
Kashmir, in Kashmir,
you're
whenever
speaking
people
right
voting, you are
yourself.
saying this is voting
They-
in favor
they-
of India. So if it's vote
They have
in
voted
favor of
under the
India, then
Constitution
why
of
India is
India,
shying away from,
under the Election
from holding
Commission
a
of
free
India.
and fair referendum
Then
in
they should have
Kashmir?
not voted.
No, there is
They
no
vote-
question.
Let
There
them
is
vote
no
a free and
question.
fair referendum. Why don't we
Naeem
resolve
Khan,
the
there is no
issue?
question of referendum. You know, the UN resolutions that you talk about, they hold absolutely no water, especially after the Lahore agreement that you
Correct.
speak about, especially after the Simla agreement of 1971, when Pakistan lost the war, had 93,000 prisoners of war in India, and Pakistan conceded this is a bilateral matter. So stop raising the UN bogey.
Absolutely.
As far as the Hurriyat is concerned, Naeem Khan, one small pocket of downtown Srinagar, you will come, you will wave your Pakistani flags, you will do stone pelting and you will retreat. What you are doing is,
again.
you are
Patience.
damaging the tourism in
Now
Jammu
listen
and
to me.
Kashmir for rest of the state, sir.
Gaurav,
It's
the
basically,
kids
have
of this,
patience.
the kids of
Let's
these
face-
leaders of Hurriyat
let's
Conference,
face this
they are all
stark
studying
reality.
abroad.
You
And
are
they've
ready
seen
sometimes
to
to
it
talk to
that the
Pakistan
local
about Kashmir,
students,
but
local
in
kids
TV
are
debates you are
attacked.
saying something else.
Sir,
TV
talking
debate
to
Kalonga.
Pakistan
change
is
the
a
facts.
government
All
decision.
the
Should
kids
Pakistan
of
stop talking to
Let
you?
accept
Are
the
abroad.
stark reality that Kashmir
You're
is an
playing with the
internationally
lives.
recognized
You're
issue.
playing with the
Okay,
lives.
let me get BJP's
No,
Ijaz
Hurriyat
Ilmi.
Conference is
Ashok
India.
Pandit,
Is
for a moment,
representing-
let me get BJP's Ijaz Ilmi to respond to that. Ijaz Ilmi, the Hurriyat alleges that you are willing to talk to Pakistan, but you are not willing to talk to the Hurriyat. Clarify, the BJP should clarify its stand, where it stands on talking to Pakistan on Kashmir when Pakistani flags are being waved on the streets of downtown Srinagar. Ijaz Ilmi.
We as a country will only talk to Pakistan as a country on the basis of a bilateral framework that we have, an established framework of the Shimla Agreement and the Lahore Declaration. The reality is we will not take any pressure from the separatist forces or anti-India sentiment expressed periodically by them. That will not compel us to talk to Pakistan. In fact, if the more pressure they put, we will not talk to Pakistan. We will only talk when as a nation we want to talk to another nation.
And you will not talk to the Hurriyat. The BJP is giving us a commitment, no talking to separatists who wave Pakistani flags. Ijaz Ilmi.
We will not come under any pressure. We will not come under this pressure of these hardliners, these stone pelters and people who raise Pakistani flags. We are with pro-democracy forces and only who have pro-Kashmiri, pro-India sentiments. We'll talk to those people,
misled. It
all
was
the stakeholders, but not
Vajpayee
people who are
engaged in
anti-India.
Hurriyat Conference.
All right,
Vajpayee as
gentlemen,
Prime
that's the
Minister
time that
talked
we
to-
have for. That's the time we have for. I'm afraid I'm coming in. We're going to go into a quick break. Appreciate you all for joining us. Mr. Naeem Khan for joining us from Srinagar. We had Ashok Pandit who was with us and Mr. Ilmi and Gaurav Sawant. Gentlemen, thank you there.